What's going on? What's going on? We got some really dope. We have a really dope interview coming on today. We have a good brother of mine. He's been a really big supporter of the brand, coming to every event that he possibly can. All he wants to do is support and put people in really dope clothes, man. I'm really excited to actually kick this one off today. You know, it's always good when you interviewing people that you know are doing good work in the communities that are trying to help empower children, all of that. But he has a clothing line, and that's what we'll be getting into today. What's up, my brother? He tapped in early, early. That's what I'm talking about. Vibes. What's going on, my brother? Waiting on him to come in. There you go. What's up, my
What's
brother?
up? What's up, bro?
I can't call it. I can't call it. How you
Man,
doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah, look, I'm early, but you come early, you don't even have to worry about being late or nothing that. So you good,
Look, I appreciate it, man. Look, better early than late, man.
right?
Look, I don't like playing catch up. I hate playing. Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and put this up a little bit. I hate playing catch up,
I
man.
already know.
So today we got the pleasure of interviewing Mr.
Get into it. Get into it. You get into it and
Look,
give
all
them
right,
what you
look,
know. Give them
Solomon
what you know.
Femi in the building today, man. You know, brother has been a big supporter of everything that we've done with Manifest the Market. It's an honor and a privilege to interview, man. He's the go-to guy for the manufacturing, the branding, the clothes printing, all of that. He has an amazing line, and we really excited to get into some really dope questions today, man. You ready?
Man, I'm ready, man. I appreciate it.
Before we get into it, man, I want you to introduce yourself. You know what I'm saying? Properly, let everybody know everything that you do, everything in the spectrum, man.
Okay, well, all right. So I'm Solomon Femi. My business name is Cadell Products, and what Cadell Products is a screen printing embroidery company that also supports business solutions. So if you're looking for some support in your business and try to grow your business, whether it be from the manufacturing end or if it's just contacting, trying to understand how your business is supposed to go, then Cadell Products is the way to go. But Cadell Products also has a clothing brand collection, and the collection is called HARDA City Living.
Mm.
And HARDA City Living, as some people know that's on my page that follow me, my crowd follows me. We will be having a launch party shortly in May for the brand, and I'll be working with our boy Selvin to help launch that launch party. So I'm really excited. The brand is excited, and it's going to be a lot of great things that's happening that night.
Hey man, look, we don't want to give them too much because a lot of behind the scenes parts is moving on this one, man. So look, we're gonna keep that part on hush.
Keep it on.
Hey, but I really want to get into a few segments, man. So we're gonna start off with brand and vision at first, right?
Right.
All right. So what inspired you to start in the first place, and what was the defining moment that made you go all in?
Man. So okay. So the
We're gonna
closing
start.
the
I'm
close
going in, man.
the clothing journey was funny for me because okay, so I started the clothing brand journey. It's been about a year and 3 months, or let's just say a year. So when I started off with just primarily embroidery. So I wanted to embroider some clothes. I wanted to do my own embroidery. Started off in embroidery, then moved into screen printing. But then I started to realize that I wanted to produce, what I'm saying, a product that actually spoke to who I am and what I represent,
Mm.
and what I'm saying, my community. So I started like most people would do, just go grab some blanks out the wholesale place down in Buford Highway, screen print it up, just throw it out there and say, hey man, give me 20 bucks, give me 30 bucks, give me 50 bucks. And people be like, man, get out my face. So
Yeah.
I had to go back to the drawing board and start over and actually use the business sense that I had from previous businesses to, what I'm saying, help create the brand and the trajectory that is going now. What made me go all in though was the young crowd. The young
Mm.
cats are the ones that made me go all in. I'm saying not because I was interested in making money like they making, what I'm saying, like, well, how some of them were making. But it was just because of the aspect of I wanted to create something that the community, the world can appreciate. Back in the day, I'm a little bit older, but back in the day, we used to have polos that'll last. for years. You know, now you get a shirt, as soon as you sneeze on it, it's gone. So, you know, I just want to bring that back.
I got you. So quality is a big part of your brand. Big part of your.
It is foundational to the brand.
Hey man,
Yes.
I would say like it does not look like some people. Hey, myself included. I'll just throw something a logo on a shirt and just call it a day. I can tell you take a lot of time and energy and everything, man, crafting the whole product, bro.
Yes. Yeah.
So how
It's worth it.
would you describe your brand style and the message in just a few words?
Brand style, I would say, is city made and world worn. The message is, you know what I'm saying, put it on. You know, that's our message. You know, that's it. You want simple
I got
word?
you.
Put it on.
I got you. I got you. Put that shit on.
Put that shit
So,
on.
um, but every brand has a story, right? So, what message are you trying to send overall with your products?
So what I'm trying to say overall is that, you know, you have to embrace the grit. So the brand is Harder City Living. A lot of people ask like, okay, why did you choose Harder City Living? I said, well, you know, if you're from Atlanta, you know what the city is about. You know, it's not sweet. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people will make moves and think that
Yeah,
the things that you're doing is easy and it's sweet, but the city hard, baby. So you know what I'm saying? It's hard
yeah.
city. Hard city living. So you know, it represents the struggles that I used to that I go through, and have been through, and people that in the community go through. And it doesn't necessarily matter what type of struggle it is. If you're struggling and you have overcame that struggle, then
Mm,
you have embraced the grit and you elevated your grind.
mm.
Hard city living.
That's what's up. Do you feel like it's hard to relay that message via social media?
I'm learning more. I think the message when you're trying to communicate it
Yeah,
verbally, it may be because people's attention span is like this big.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If they rock with you, they gotta hate it. But you know, you gotta catch them to rock with you. So I think the thing that I've learned about social media is you gotta create that story on a visual level. So, you know, with more pictures and reels.
Okay,
That's how you create that story.
I got you. I got you. This one a little abstract, man. But we in Atlanta. You know, it's an Atlanta-made brand. You know, Atlanta's the city of the music. So if you could compare your brand to a music artist, what artist would it be?
Gucci! Gucci!
Oh,
Nah,
I
yo.
did not expect that. Okay. Why Gucci though?
Hey man, Gucci is a town, baby. So you know, Gucci is is the street. It's the heartbeat of the street.
I got you.
You know, a lot of the things that you know you may have seen with Gucci or whatever. He's heartbeat of the street. Let me just put it
Yeah.
like that. Heartbeat of the street, and my brand is represented. Is if I had to be a rapper, if my brand would be the representative of that. You know, what's on the street, what's popping, but it's quality. So it's not just some additional thing that you hear and it kind of flows in the ether. It's quality. You could say, "Hey, I know that brand, or I know that guy." You know.
Yeah. Nah, I'm with that. I like that. I like that, man. I'm more of a Jeezy guy myself, you know, but it's cool, man. Teach his own.
I like Jesus too. Jesus, he just wouldn't have been the person I chose.
Hey, man. Look. Um, so now we're going to segment, man. We're going to transition into entrepreneurship and hustle mentality, all right? So what's been the hardest part of building your brand that people don't see?
Man, the I say the hardest part of building a brand is actually understanding clothing. You know,
Mm,
it's easy to grab some screen prints. It's easy to, you know, find somebody who is a manufacturer of clothing and then sit back and say, hey, put this on this shirt.
yeah.
But to understand how clothes move, why you are creating clothes, what
Mm,
is the purpose of the clothes. Clothes serve two functions. It's either going to cover your body or it's going to create an emotion. So I'm always looking to try to create an emotion with the clothing. So that's the hardest part, just understanding that your why and building the clothing around your whys for the people.
okay. Nah, I can rock with that. A lot of people start clothing lines, man, and a lot of them fail. So in your opinion, what separates the winners from the losers?
I think what separates winners from losers is being out and understanding the market more. Not necessarily on the consumer side, but just being able to understand the industry that you're in. That goes for anything. I don't care if you know, changing tires. You got to be able to understand what that industry had went coming from and going, and the little things and niches and trends that you can hop in on your side that can help you elevate.
Mm.
So I think that's what separates people. Most people just, like I said, everybody thinks it's sweet, it's easy. So when they see you doing something, it's like, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that,
Yeah.
I can do that. So they hop on the bandwagon, and then when they realize A, it's too expensive to keep up, or B, you know what I'm saying, it's too time consuming to keep up, they fall off.
That part, man, you said a word right there, bro. You said a word right there. So, one thing I like to ask creative entrepreneurs, right? Is it really difficult for you to balance creativity versus the business?
I wouldn't say so. No, your creativity is only limited by yourself. I don't think creativity is limited by the business. No,
You don't think so?
no,
Okay.
no.
Do you
Not in
think
my
that
not in my
the creativity hinders the business, or sometimes focusing on the business might hinder your creative spark?
so. Uh, Let me see if I understand the question part that I'm trying to that you're asking. So if I'm focused on business, you're talking more so on the paperwork, the development of the business
Yeah.
itself, and then the creativity part of, man, I would like to see this come to life. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Does creativity hinder business? Like I said, I don't think it does, but it can slow it down because there's times in which you want to be, you want to say, man, bump all this business stuff. I just want to make
Yeah,
something.
man. I got
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
I
yeah.
got you.
It can hinder it on that aspect. Yeah,
It happens to me a lot. That's why I asked
yeah.
the question. It's like you have that spark, that good idea, and you just like, man, I want to jump on that. But the maturity of being a business owner, you like you can't do every good idea. So I be having to check myself a little bit. That's why I like to ask that question to see if anybody else feels like
No,
that. But
that is a great question, though, man. I never really thought of it in that aspect. When you initially said it, I was like, creativity kind of helps drive a business. But when you really do think about it in the way that you are asking it, it definitely can, it's not bad hindrance, but it can throw you off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way, man. I feel the same way. So we got valleys and peaks, man, right? Sometimes we gonna fall victim to those creative ideas and we might make a mistake or a misstep. So just talk about one mistake that you've made and what you actually learned from that mistake.
Yeah. So when I first started the brand, like I said, I started off like last year. And when I first started off, I didn't really understand anything about the manufacturing side of creating the clothes. Of course we did I go to the wholesaler and I pick up a shirt, but to actually create a piece is you have to work with manufacturers. So what I didn't understand was how what fabrics to use and things of that nature, and I didn't understand about going out to get samples.
Mm,
So when I created my first piece, I just went, hey, head first, head jump into it head first. And in my opinion, it wasn't the best representation of the brand, but what I learned from that was, one, you need to understand, like I said, understand clothing. You got to understand the clothing aspect. Then you got to understand what can your manufacturer do.
yeah.
How far, what type of additional skills, if you're working on a t-shirt or if you're working on a hoodie, does the person who is doing the design, do they understand? I mean, have they worked on t-shirts and hoodies, or have they worked only on
Mm,
dresses? You know what I'm saying? Because if you're working
yeah.
on dresses, and then here comes a customer who say, hey, I want 200 t-shirts, and all you've been doing was doing dresses, you like, it's gonna mess up your t-shirts. You can do it, but it's not going to be as productive as a person who that's what they do is t-shirts. This
I
is what
got
you
you.
do is dresses. This is what you do is belts. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So just being able to understand the market, understand the business that I'm actually in on that side is the lesson that is the lesson that I
Nah,
learned.
that's a good lesson, man. That's a good lesson. You got to learn the business that you
Yeah,
in, like the back of your hand.
yeah,
So one thing that we've all experienced as entrepreneurs is slow season, slow months, slow weeks, sometimes slow years. So how do you handle slow moments and things when things aren't moving like you thought they would?
I call that the holding period.
Okay.
So when I'm in my holding period, I just go back into the actual basics of the business. So let's start looking at data, some things that I may have sold or some people that I've talked to. Let's talk about some data. Let's see like what's the next step on that. We start actually really working on the boring side of business with people, how people end up losing their business, the boring side, the
Yeah,
talking to, the talking to people, the paperwork side, making sure everything's straight. So that's in one of my holding phase. And then, when things get to going, like maybe it's a launch party or maybe, clothes come in, you want to try it on and, do pictures and everything. That's when it's exciting. That's
yeah.
what the people want the think that business is all about. So during my holding phase, I'm normally just actually doing pure business, researching new things, understanding, what's the next step on stuff, just really just grinding on the business side of things.
Okay. Nah, that's real, man. That's real. Got to get into that back of the house. That back of the house is what's gonna make that house stand strong.
Yes,
That's that
sir.
foundation for real.
Yes, sir.
So, marketing and growth, my brother. Marketing and growth. Now, you are a marketing guy, so I know this is gonna be a breeze for you. But what strategies have worked best for you getting your brand out there?
Well, strategies that I've used most recently have been a lot of social media, social media marketing.
Yeah.
Just ad campaigning and social media marketing has what I've been using. I'm really big on face to face communication too, which is
Mm.
odd. So I do a lot of grassroots marketing too. With like, I got some stickers that's coming in, so I'm gonna be putting those out, just talking to people, just, getting the word in their ear. So really what I've been doing is just grassroots guerrilla marketing and social media marketing. And I started up a media page to help out with the marketing.
Yeah, I see it's doing numbers too, man.
Yeah.
That media
Yeah.
page doing real numbers,
Hey
man.
man,
Keep it up.
look, man, look. You know what made me start the media page? I was looking at a wholesaler, and they had a media page, and on the page they were like, I know people probably wonder why our logo changed, and it's because we realized that you had to do media. So just being able to learn from other people,
Yeah.
what I'm saying, following other people, learning from them, taking their stuff and implementing it into your own, and shipping it. That's what made me do the media page, and that thing, like you said, it's working.
Yeah, man. One of the highlights of being a consultant is being able to talk to a lot of different types of businesses. And you get to take little things from every little conversation and kind of compile it into like, okay, this is how we're going to do that. So, yeah, just talking to people, man, which is what we was talking about the other day,
Right.
right? People don't want to talk to
Right.
people, which is a problem.
You can't be in business and don't want to speak. You got to put all your nervousness to the side. People will tell you no. People will look at you as if you have four eyes. You know what I'm saying? And they all moving at different rates. But you can't be scared. The more you talk, the more comfortable you'll get. The more you start networking, meeting good people like Selvin. You'll start seeing and meeting people, and eventually it'll click. So you got to talk. You can't be in no shell. You can't, not unless you what kind of business can you be in a shell with?
IT, maybe, you know, web
That's
design,
about it.
kind of.
I think that you've been a shell with web design because you got to ask the people what's their vision.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you can do all that with a form.
Right.
Like,
That's true. That's
you
true.
don't have to talk to nobody. But
That's true.
that's just my brain, man. We're gonna ignore that.
Yeah.
So, have you ever had a viral moment, man?
A viral moment
Yeah,
for the brand or just period.
just period.
Man, I
Just
had a couple viral moments. One of them got me kicked off Twitter. It was some years ago. I got kicked off Twitter. I might have had about 2 years ago. I got kicked off Twitter.
Twitter is a wild place, man.
Wow.
How do you get kicked off of Twitter?
Bro, if I told you the story, somebody else might block me too. So I'm just
But look, all right, we can go past it. We can just move right past that.
let's go
Oh
past it.
man.
I tell you face to face.
Hey, look, I'm gonna call you after the live, man. I'm curious. But if you had to start today from scratch with no money, how would you restart your brand step by
All
step?
right. If I had to start a day from scratch with no money, what I would do is I do the exact same thing I did last time. I would start off with at least 3 months of YouTube videos learning about not the materials but the machines that I'm going to try to purchase or lease or whatever the case is. Understand how they work. Eventually starting off trying to gather some money up to try to lease one, or buy one. After I do that, then I'm going back to YouTube University to learn more about the next step in the brand. So just consistently gaining information is what I would do before I actually put any money out. A lot of people see the money that other people get, and they don't really understand that social media is for the most part, made up place. Right? It's made up. So I can show you thousands of dollars, but I pulled it from the bank and I got to go put that thing right back
Well,
for the rent due.
look, or I got it from my homie. We all put it just for this
Just
video,
for the
like type
video.
stuff.
Right. Or the money fake. Or the money fake, and I just
Bro,
do it good.
I seen it at the liquor store the other day. They just had fake money in there. Like it's bro, it's crazy, man.
So just faking that funk, man. But yeah, man. Just people. I think people get caught up on the hype and glitz of social media, man. TikTok, especially TikTok. I love TikTok, but people definitely get caught up on hype hype and glitz on Facebook, hype and glitz on Insta, and then when you got to get to the real deal, like I said before, it's that consistency that separates us from the rest of the people.
Okay. Nah, you right. You hit a nail right on the head with that one, man. So, do you believe in like collaborations and just like working with other brands to build your brand?
Yeah, I do believe in collaborations, but this is the type of collaborative effort that I like to be in. I've been in business, not just clothing, but I've been in business since 2012. So that's been, a long time. I think that people who have been in business at least a few years, 3 to 5, I would like to collaborate with those type of people because they kind of have an understanding of this is how things go. I need to they have a better understanding than the individual who just popped into the game and said, "Hey, man, I got an idea, or I got XYZ that I want to collaborate with you on." I just want to kind of, if I do collaborate, which I'm often always ready to, I want to collaborate with somebody who's kind of been in the game a little
Yeah.
bit and can understand what I'm speaking to versus somebody that I have to
I
train from Jump Street, which I
got you.
don't mind. But if we collaborate, I don't want to train you from Jump Street.
I got you. You don't want an apprentice, you want a partner.
Correct.
Understood.
Correct.
All right, bro. It's time for a little real talk. A little real talk. What's one myth about entrepreneurship that you believe before starting, but now you know it's some cap?
That is easy money. You're gonna get all the money. Everybody gonna want to shop with you. That's a
Mm,
myth.
mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think sometimes we go in with the hustle mentality and business smack us in the face.
Business,
You know,
business, and hustling are two different things, and
completely,
it does smack you in the face.
completely.
Completely.
So yeah, I could dig that. I could dig that. Definitely thought it would be easy money until you start getting in there. Then you get your first slow couple of days, and it's like, yo, I might want to go back to work. Go give me
Hey, what you talking about? I've been there. I've been there.
okay. You ever deal with imposter syndrome?
Tell me a little bit more about that. What you mean?
Just feeling like you don't that you shouldn't be where you are. Like just maybe you are getting a call for an order that's a little bigger than normal, but
Right.
you've worked to get there,
Right.
right? But because you're getting this and you're having to deal with new levels, new devils, like they
Right.
say,
Right.
you're like, man, maybe I'm not beat for this, or maybe I shouldn't be here. It's really like a psychological
Right.
thing. Like I'm an imposter. I'm not who I think I am. I'm not who I say I am.
Right, I got you. I don't personally get imposter syndrome. I have a reverse imposter syndrome. My imposter syndrome is looking at folks who actually are imposters, who come up. That's what tripped me out. Looking at imposters that actually come
Yeah,
up. It's like how you. But yeah, I don't. I
it's crazy.
for real. Now, what I will say is I have learned, because I used to do this to myself. I have learned to judge myself by myself and not judge myself by others.
Mm,
So, there are brands that have come out maybe at the same last year, and they claim that they making hundreds of thousands of dollars, got thousands of followers and all that. I can't judge myself by them. I judge myself by where I came from in the last
yeah,
year. So the last year I wasn't doing this. I didn't have quality. I didn't have understanding of products. I didn't understand how to make clothing that people would appreciate for years to come. I didn't know that. So I judged myself by that, not by the individual who is making, all the noise on social media that they making.
I got you. Now I can. Yeah, I'm not even going to get into that because we'll have a whole monologue, bro. But if somebody could support your brand outside of buying a product, what would that look like?
Man, supporting the brand outside of buying a product is following the page and engaging. That's it. If you wanna support the brand, follow HARDA City Living, HARDA_city_living. Be a part of the community, and just engage. Talk, chop it up. I love to talk. Come to our event, chop it up. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? You get to know me, and then one day you might buy something. I might talk you into it.
One day,
Hey,
man. Look,
it's no pressure. We just trying to build community.
what's your vision for the brand in the next 3 to 5 years?
Be city made, world worn.
Mm,
That's my
mm,
my vision.
I can dig it. I
Yep.
can dig it. Short, sweet, simple. I love it though. Make it
The
worldwide. Okay.
worldwide, city made, world worn.
So it's the last question, man. And if you got to think about it, you can think about it. But if you had to give a piece of advice to somebody, not just starting the clothing line, but just a general entrepreneur, what advice would you give them?
I would tell them the best advice is, like I said earlier, judge yourself by yourself. It's going to be when you're doing business or starting business, there's always going to be that anomaly that maybe starts before you or after you and they shoot up out the gate. That's an anomaly. That's not the standard.
Okay.
Those type of things, when you're looking at other people's brand or business and that you're in the same kind of field and you start kind of making yourself nervous as to, will I get there? Wow, how did they get so successful? Or one day, you try to be non-haterish to yourself and be like, one day it'll be my turn. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But you don't if you kind of, there's nothing wrong with looking at them because I look at them, but now, like I say, I just make sure that I judge myself by myself, and that you'll normally find yourself in a better position and a lot happier and a lot at ease with where you're going on your trajectory than you would be if you just say, man, this joke over here doing good numbers, I'm doing the same shit, I can't come up on nothing. So
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, I feel it, man. People can comparison is the thief of joy.
yes it is, yes it
Uh,
is, yes it
You
is.
cannot look at nobody else. You got to look in that man in the mirror. But I appreciate your time, man. I appreciate your energy. I appreciate you giving us these jewels on entrepreneurship and the clothing brand and manufacturing and all of that, man. Let the people know how they can find you outside of Instagram.
So yeah, you guys can follow me. Well, not follow me, but I am on my website is Cadell Products, which is KADELE products with an S .com. So that's cadellproducts.com. Same as the email. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's the same handle on Twitter. It's also the same handle on Instagram. That's the business part, but or you can find me on here. But if you just want to connect with me outside, feel free to email me. It's the same email, cadellproducts at gmail.com. Definitely want to do me and you need to do a YouTube, bro. I got a YouTube channel, but I want to do a YouTube segment with you. So,
I'm with it.
yeah, we need to do that. So, yeah, we need to chop that up and get together and do that.
Okay, I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. But appreciate your time. Thank you for everybody who did tune in. We'll see you next time for Manifest Moguls.
Yes, sir.
No
Appreciate you.
doubt.